All right, Coach. A few days to look back at that Cal game now. What are your initial thoughts?
To start off with defensively, to hold Cal, a really dangerous offense, to 24 points, their lowest point total of the year. Just really proud of the defensive effort, especially after putting them in a couple positions, 10 points off of turnovers. I thought they just did a tremendous job all day against a very dangerous offense and one of the better quarterbacks we'll see all year.
Yeah, you start with the defense. So, what was the key? Why were they able to hold Cal down?
I think two things. I think one, the secondary played extremely well, staying tight to the hip of some really talented receivers. And the other thing, we didn't get the sack numbers, but when I go back and look at the tape, the amount of times that Davis was on the ground, the hurries and the hits that we were able to get, I thought getting him off his spot was going to be really important, and we did that. So we didn't produce the numbers that we had over the previous games, but after watching the tape, you see how it affected him. So we've got to continue getting to good quarterbacks, and here goes another one at Oregon.
Yeah, you certainly produced numbers offensively though this week. Close to 400 yards rushing, biggest day since 2005. What got going in the run game?
For the fourth straight game in the row, I thought the offensive line really controlled the point of attack. You didn't see a lot of people in the backfield, eliminated penetration, and they're playing really good football. And then, for the second week in the row, we challenged some young runners, with Justin Davis down to kind of lead the way. And we knew that it was just a matter of time for when Rojo would explode. And man, what a great job by him and Cedric Ware in that game to really, rush for 398 yards. That's a great day any day.
Specifically, what did Ronald do well with the ball in his hands?
Just explosiveness. Every time he touched it, just you held your breath. You felt like it could go the distance, and made several explosion runs in there. But I was most proud of him for, one, protecting the football, and then two, being a complete back. You look at him in pass protection. You look at him catching the ball out of the backfield, caught a touchdown pass. So he continues to progress as a football player. Very, very proud of him.
Your quarterback threw 5 touchdown passes, and nobody's really talking about it. What did you see from Sam Darnold?
Continued to make good decisions. I mean, he throws 25 passes in that game. We'd like to have one of them back. But for a young kid to go out there, distribute the ball to 4 different receivers for touchdowns, a 5-touchdown day, and 4 different guys caught touchdown passes, that says that he's not, forcing the ball. He's not getting glued in on one receiver. He's taking what the defense gives him. And he's helping himself with his legs, but he's starting to learn to slide now and protect not only the ball but his body. And we had a couple growing pains there from a young quarterback, but there's continues to make so many more positives than negatives throughout the game.
In terms of growing pains with this team, what did you see on film in terms of penalties and turnovers?
Well, those are the two areas that really stuck out, and it's going to be so important coming down the stretch here, when you get to play meaningful games and very important games to your season in November, and here we are, and they're going to be very emotional games. You got 2 rivalry games. You're going to have national televised games, and the decisions that we make can affect a football game. Not turning the ball over is going to be critically important in some of these close games that we get into down the stretch. So something that we're addressing this week and hopefully will carry through the month of November.
All right, as you look at this week, certainly a big name, showcase opponent in Oregon. What have you seen from the Ducks this season where they've struggled to sort of match where they've been the last few years?
Well, I see nothing wrong with what they're doing offensively. You're looking at another team that puts up 40 points a game. I think they have 2 elite running backs right now, one of the fastest running backs that we've seen all year. And you look at this young quarterback, especially over the last 2 games, they've scored over 100 points in the last 2 games. So he threw 6 touchdown passes versus Cal, comes out versus Arizona State, is extremely effective. They're a scary animal right now. They have skill all over the place offensively, and then defensively played well versus Arizona State. Changed a couple things schematically that I thought helped their defense, and we'll see how they come in against us. But a team that I thought played well last week versus Arizona State as a whole.
What is the scouting report on the freshman quarterback, Justin?
He kind of reminds us of our guy. He's a kid that really can make any throw on the field, has a very strong arm, and he's elusive. He can make yards with his feet. He can create while looking downfield, and plays with a ton of maturity for a true freshman. Very scary. They found a very talented quarterback and one that's going to be with them for a while, which isn't good news to the rest of the Pac-12.
and the number one rushing offense in the Pac-12. What do they do so well in the run game?
The two runners are elite in my mind. They're both NFL backs, and you put a good offensive line and two really talented tight ends with that, and they're doing the things that need to be done at the point of attack, and the runners are getting it done. And you combine that with some guys outside that can go deep, like Charles Nelson and Carrington. You got a very dangerous offense.
All right, thanks so much, Coach. Good luck this week.
Thank you.